Okay, you can hear me now. Had to boot up the old audio interface, digital audio interface, because I have a regular audio interface which is on my desk, and I have a virtual one that is not on my desk. It lives in the digital realm. There we go. Okay, I think we should be all good to go. Put this over here, the chat over here. Yo, what is popping with it? Honestly, it might, instead of doing desktop capture, it might be easier to do, Photoshop itself. That is annoying. Do not do that. Do this here. Boom. And then we're gonna go boom. Okay, it should be virtually the same thing. Yo, is that my boy Ryan? The Mr. Reflex? What's poppin', homie? Gamer Girl, Evil Defender, Moose Wayne, what's poppin'? Luis, Mike, what's poppin'? I am doing well. I hope you're doing well as well, homie. I shaved before this stream and kind of sliced my finger up. You guys cannot see that, but you can kind of see it. No, you can't. No, you can't. But I sliced the freak out of it. Can you do a title where it says it's taking a century for this game to come out, Jordan? That should be Elder Scrolls 6. I didn't actually make this. If you guys keep up with the gaming community on Twitter or something, you probably have seen this trend going on over like the last 2 days or so. But I was like, okay, I actually started doing this, which is why if you look over here at my layers, I actually have like up to favorite protagonist already done. Let me actually change that. Fave pro tag. So that's up to favorite pro tag. But I was like, you know what? This would be cool for a video, or I mean, this would be cool for a stream. You know, I could make this a video, but I feel like I ain't getting no views. So it's like, you know what? Let's do it as a stream. We are going to be playing Nier in this stream also. So this is a Nier stream, but it won't be until later. I want to get my fun with this going on. Watching into the Badlands in Nier, you okay? I'm doing all right. My finger doesn't hurt despite being sliced up, but I'm ready to stream, get some stuff done. I've got a lot of video work done, as I'm sure you guys have noticed. Video got out today, and I am very happy about that. Getting ready to head to bed. I got work super early, but I'll be lurking, man. Hey, get your rest. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I know you've been doing your dang thing over there on Twitch. So much love to you, bro. I hope all is going well. It's good, y'all. We hitting 10K live today. Hey, if y'all want to get us to 10K, y'all know what to do. Get your families on it. Get your little cousin. You know, hey, get all the homies on it. Put it in the Discord servers. Y'all know what to do. We can hit 10K tonight. That's up to y'all. I'm making the content. Y'all show me the support. I got y'all. Yeah, I'm wondering what comes first, Elder Scrolls 6 or the end of the universe. Doctor Who will end when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. Got the great value jug of water. They got green screened out. Mike, you're really upset about that. You talked about that so many times. I'm like, bro, this man is really hurt by this. What's up, David? Lights Lesson, what's poppin'? I like your name, by the way. struggling now to get one. I'm so glad I got a PS5, bro. I'm so freaking glad, dude. So glad. Hope you well. I am doing well, and I hope you're doing well as well. Okay. So basically, I'll explain what the trend is, basically, what we've been seeing. So basically, what's up, Lonely? Basically, there's this About You video games edition thing going on. So it's basically a grid filled out with all these different topics: favorite game of all time, favorite series, best soundtrack, favorite protagonist, villain, story, etc. And you basically got to fill in with pictures of representing those things for you. Ow, it kind of hurts now. Y'all can't see that? Y'all trying to tell me y'all can't see that? No. You can kind of see it. No, you don't want to focus? Don't focus on my face. Focus right. No, you guys, you can kind of see it. See where I sliced my finger up? Yeah, the razor did that. This freaking Gillette razor. I didn't think it was going to be that sharp. I didn't think it was going to be that sharp. But it was. But it was. Ow. It didn't hurt at first. It doesn't hurt if you press on it either. It's just like if you kind of swipe at it, it's kind of like, ow. And that's my analog, finger, It's this one right here. That's how I move my character. So we gonna have to see. But, dude, my chair is squeaking a lot today for some reason. What is going on? My chair is squeaking a lot. Okay, but I think we have the screen big enough. So I'm going to fill in the ones that happen, and I'll explain, why we had that. So your friends are buying a PS5 for $8.99. I'm like, why? That's freaking disgusting. I would never. I'm really sorry about that, Lights Lesson. I hope all is well, and I wish you the best, because I know that is not a favorable situation whatsoever. So rest in peace to him. Hope you're doing well. Send my condolences and love to your family. I can keep retweeting this stuff. These all man implanted a diamond in his head. Oh, you're talking about Lil Uzi, and he implanted. I thought it was like a ruby or something, a ruby or a diamond. He implanted it in his head, and I was like, this dude is an idiot, bro. I mean, it's hilarious, but if he's an idiot. I got you, bro. I got you. Like, I know it's a tough time, but you're tougher. That's something I always try to let y'all know. I know sometimes we get overwhelmed with grief and sorrow with, what's going on. And honestly, we got every right to feel that way, but at the same time, our loved ones wouldn't want us to be sad and, and stuff. So honestly, showing our strength in these hardest of times will, make us strong enough to be able to be a pillar of strength for someone else. Showing your strength in a moment of weakness, will end up, maybe another family member, or a friend, or whatever your situation may be. Maybe they will really need you. They'll need someone like you to be able to help them. And you being strong now will make you be able to be there for someone else who needs you. So stay strong, stand tall. Always look skyward. There's a reason I say that. Y'all think I'm just trying to be cringe. I say that in every video and at the end of every stream for a reason. Stay strong, stay beautiful. You're always beautiful when you smile. Sometimes we all have an ugly side, but we always look our best when we smile. Always look skyward. No matter what happens in life, you'll get through it all if you look skyward. Nothing good, comes from keeping our head held down. You got this, Light. No worries. Of course, this community is a family. That's absolutely why I literally have made this community for this reason. For this reason. When I felt like I was going through a bunch of horrible stuff in life, I didn't have this to, fall back on. I truly felt alone. You know, sometimes you don't want to tell your family about everything you're going through. Sometimes you feel like you can't. And maybe they're the reason you're going through what you're going through, you know, whatever the situation may be, you know. But if I can make a community to where we all can have, you know, that retreat, that safe haven, and, you know, at the end of the day, then I think we're going to be all right. So any of you guys who think of this as a family or a home away from home, or even just homies you can chill with, you know, I appreciate each and every one of you. That lets me know that I'm kind of doing my job. What's up, 072? More joke. Is it sad I'll be able to get a PS5 for Elder Scrolls 6? No. Because what if Elder Scrolls 6 is being developed for next gen, you know, or even if it's being developed just for Xbox, what if it comes to PS5? You know, you want to have a PS5 before the game comes out, right? I don't think that's so strange. Ow. Okay. On to broader topics. Okay, so here we go. Favorite game. Persona 4 Gold. A given. If you guys come out to this stream, I guarantee you guys can quote my speech. Persona 4 Golden is the best game I've ever played. But if you come out to the streams and watch the videos, you guys also know that Chrono Trigger is also my favorite game of all time. It's a given. It's a given. I said it in the stream series. I've said it in other stream series. I've said it in videos. I've said it in random spontaneous streams. Chrono Trigger is also my favorite game of all time. Also, I did beat Persona 5 Royal last night, finally. I did beat that game. And I still put Persona 4 Gold in here. Favorite game number 3. Xenoblade. Those of you guys that know, Xenoblade Chronicles is also, Definitive Edition specifically, is also the best game I've ever played. I mean, even without Definitive Edition, this would still be here. Because it was there before, you know, I played Definitive Edition. Persona! I can still hear you yelling Persona from the Wendy's days. Bro, that was around the time I played Persona 4 Golden for the first time. That was around the time when I played Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5 was about to come out. I think that was around the time Persona, because I played it, I'm pretty sure I beat Persona 4 Golden the year Persona 5 came out. That's why I was so hyped for Persona 5 to come out in the end. Where'd you get this list? I got it from Twitter. I'll submit the list. Do I have the list downloaded or did I just copy it here? I'll put it in the Discord server for those of you guys who do want it. You guys can always check it out. I'm gonna put it right there I'm gonna put it there in the talk zone. So anybody who wants it can check it out there. It is in the talk zone. Those of you guys that do want to check it out, I will send an invite to the server. Those of you guys that are interested in doing it yourself, post it on Twitter. You guys can also put yours in the server as well. If you guys want to do it alongside me, you guys can do that. And then when you're all done, you just submit it in Talk Zone or Quality Picks, whatever, doesn't matter to me. Just the snow where I live is making me mad. I'm still fine. I've never seen snow in my life. Chrono Trigger is new to me. Chrono Trigger is amazing, gamer girl. It's amazing. I don't like snow either, so you're not alone. I legit have never seen snow before. Okay, so now I've explained time and time again why these games are the most important games in my life. I've explained it. I'm not going to waste your time on it because I have done that so many times. I'm going to change the song too. We've been live for 16 minutes already. That's freaking insane, bro. Freaking insane. Let's do something more subdued. Let's do some royal music. Snow in Florida does sound like a myth, though. If it snows in Florida, then I'm pretty sure the world's ending that year. Favorite series. This one's a given as well. If you're a fan of this channel or a fan of me in general, then you seeing The Legend of Zelda as my favorite series should not come as a shock to you whatsoever. Chrono Trigger can be found on the Nintendo DS, the SNES. It can be found on your mobile phone on the App Store. It can be found on the PC. So if you have a PC or a computer you use Steam, play computer games on, it's on there as well. I recommend the mobile version or the PC version because they're the most accessible. The DS version I think is the best, but not everybody got a DS. So it's like, you could also emulate the DS, but I'd rather you not emulate because I think the game is at least more accessible than other games are. But that's what I think. Sounds alright, but to be honest, the ice that comes after it sucks. I don't know nothing about that. The only ice I get is in my drink. That's all I know about. That's all I know about. I don't see ice outside. I don't see ice. Okay. Maybe in around 30 degrees outside, which it was the other day, you can get a little bit of ice on your windows on your car. Because when I went outside the other day, my car had ice on the back window. And I was like, where'd that come from? But it didn't matter because it was 70 degrees later that day anyway. You have a 2DS? Okay, well, the DS version, like if you actually want a physical cartridge for the DS, they are pretty expensive to find online. And if you get it from GameStop, you're gonna pay like $60, which is not worth it. Okay, I think it's worth it, but for a game you haven't played yet, it might not be worth paying $60 for a DS game, especially when the PC and phone version is like $15 and they go on sale for like $7 all the time. It's like paying $60 for that. I don't know if it's worth it for you. I would recommend the phone version or the PC version. You got into Zelda Twilight Princess. I love Twilight Princess. I thought I had the disc right next to me, but it's not. The disc is over there. I have it on Wii U. The next game, best soundtrack. This one was hard for me. This one was hard to me because multiple different things could have been it. In the end, I don't even remember what I chose. Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles, you guys hear it throughout the streams. A lot of the music that you guys hear in the streams or at the beginning of the streams, it's Xenoblade. I use a lot of Xenoblade music in videos too. I've been using a lot of Persona recently. Final Fantasy 14 and Persona is what I've been using in videos a lot recently. But Xenoblade just has that one soundtrack that every single song slaps. There's not one that's just okay. It's great because they have some excellent musicians in it. Yoko Shimomura, those of you guys that are Kingdom Hearts fans, Yoko Shimomura also aided in this soundtrack. So it's not too surprising that this is up there. But the fact that it shows how well these people come together. Yoko Shimomura is already, a genius on her own. But when you pair her up with other artists as well, you guys get one of the best soundtracks of all time. Yeah, gamer girl, it's pretty crazy. Me personally, I hate playing games on my phone. Like, I have a pretty good phone. It's not the newest on the market or anything like that. I'm still rocking with a Samsung Galaxy S8. But at the same time, gaming on it isn't the issue. I just don't like playing a game on my phone. I can't do that. My phone battery will be dying. I don't do it. If you have a computer, you can emulate you can use the phone emulator because emulators aren't illegal. It's the ROMs that people play on emulators that are usually illegal. But there are official Android phone emulators like BlueStacks or Nox. I recommend Nox because it has better compatibility with most apps. You can still literally play like you would literally have a phone. You can even sync your phone number to it, so you can literally just have a virtual version of your phone. Just sign in with your regular Google account like you would on your phone and download any game you actually own from your phone and play it on there. You can even set it up to where a controller can work with it, just like you would your regular phone, like you pair a Bluetooth device to it. I think that's why, like, if you're going to record or stream phone games too, it's easy the best way. No, sir, do not play Genshin on mobile. I don't play Genshin on mobile. I play on PC. I would absolutely love to switch to PS5 for Genshin, but I don't want to start over because I remember the minute Genshin Impact came out, because it technically came out 9 minutes before the designated time, because they were supposed to come out at midnight, but it came out at 11:51 because I was waiting on it. I was refreshing and refreshing because it wasn't working. It wouldn't actually continue on, and then it worked. And we were all in a Discord call. Me, Jaden2602, Prodigy XCD, Frozen Cavern. We were all in the call. Avatar, y'all. I was like, I'm in. He's like, oh, you in? And bro, we didn't even know what kind of game it was. Back, I feel like when Genshin came out, nobody knew what kind of game it was. Like, I didn't think it was going to be a single player, multiplayer, MMO. I didn't know what it was going to be. None of us knew what it was going to be. All I knew is I wanted to play this game. I wanted to play this game. And I played that the minute it came out on PC. Absolutely. No worries, you're 72. You have a good one. The next one on our list is favorite protagonist. This one was a given for me. I think Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles is probably one of the best characters in fiction. I think there is someone else, maybe a couple people who might be able to rival him, but they don't originate from games. Okabe Rintaro from Steins Gate, the main character of Steins Gate, he's my favorite character in fiction in general. So in a way, he's higher than Shulk. But if we're talking video games specifically, it's him. I also think Johnny Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 Steel Ball Run is also one of my favorites of all time. But of course, he originates from a manga, not a video game, so I'm gonna give this to Shulk. I think Shulk is better than I think he's better than Link from Zelda, that's saying something. Better than every character in Persona 4. Better than all the characters from Chrono Trigger. My lips are tingling saying these words. Better than everybody from Kingdom Hearts. Everybody. Shulk is literally that impactful. Literally greatest video game character of all time. If you have not played Xenoblade Chronicles, you need to. We already 3 for 3. We got Xenoblade Chronicles in favorite game of all time. It's in best soundtrack and favorite protagonist. You guys should know me by now. I do not cap. If I say something is good, it's good. I promise you, it's good. You will like it. If you have similar tastes as me, as that is, but I'm assuming most of you do have some kind of similar tastes as me, as most of you guys are within my community, and not all of us think the same, but we do have some similar tastes. So, also 072 joined the Discord server. I appreciate you, even though I know you just said you had to leave, so you're probably not actually here, but I appreciate you. He does not cap. I do not cap. I was telling TM Persona 4 Golden is goated. I do not cap. He played the game. He realized I do not cap. I do not cap. But okay. And with that being said, we have officially gotten to the point where we can start for real, and I can actually start thinking about stuff. Okay, so now we're going to need to really start doing stuff. Well, yeah, I have Discord. Hey, if you want to have Discord, you can always talk to us personally. I always have my DMs open. You guys can message me at any time. You guys can talk to the people in the server, have fun with everybody. If you ever just want to talk, just go in a VC and somebody will join. I knew I was going to like it, but not that much. I'm telling you, bro, I promise you I do not cap. And Toxin has a picture of this tier list, and there is there an actual link? Well, it's just a picture. I literally just got the picture from Twitter. There is no link. These pictures you see me putting in on Photoshop here, these are just pictures I found off the internet. It's not like from a website where I just drag pictures in. I literally made it like this. I cropped these pictures together. Favorite villain is going to be, it's going to be difficult for me. It's going to be difficult for me. Favorite villain. I'll try to do this in a way it doesn't spoil people either. I kinda really like, okay. I think I know who I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna pick this person. You guys are gonna see in a second. What's a good picture? I need a better picture of him. All right, this is a pretty good picture. It's a pretty good picture. It's from one of the anime cutscenes. But here, we're gonna put it here. Um, it's obvious. I mean, okay. Actually, now that I think about it, there is another contender. I could put Ganon from Zelda, but the fact that there's so many different Ganons, which Ganon? You know, Demise is also great. Ganon is probably my favorite, but the fact that there's so many different ones, I'm gonna give this one an edge up over it. So, and I honestly think this person is probably cooler than Ganon. I think Ganon's pretty cool too, but homeboy, my boy Magus, he's pretty cool. There. Okay, so we're going to crop it a bit. And I'm gonna hit him with one of the yeet, like that. Select, deselect. So we're gonna try to fit this in there as good as possible. Let's get this and crop this part too. It's okay for a little off. Boom, yeet. Oh, what? Yeet. Okay, select, deselect. So let's change the opacity down a little bit. Make sure I wasn't getting texted by somebody. It's new to me and I saw my phone recently. Hey, if you want to join the Discord server, you can always join the Discord server and we'd welcome you in there. Exclamation point Discord will get you the link to our Discord server at any time. How do I want to have him presented? I don't want to cut off his ears too much, but it's gonna have to. Okay. So let's put it up a little bit. There. Okay. So now we're going to cut right here. And then we're gonna go select, transform selection. Then we're gonna go deselect. Why are you making that sound, fan? There you go. Okay, so now let's go and turn that back up. And there we go. We have homeboy Magus, the Fiend Lord himself. What villain is this from? This is Magus from Chrono Trigger. He's not the main antagonist of the game, but he is a primary antagonist for majority of the game. Almost there. Sorry, I was saying almost there, responding to something on Twitter. Okay, best story. Dang, they're really asking the hard questions. I'm gonna be real. The contender is from the best, favorite 3 games of all time. But it's difficult because Persona 4 Golden's ending is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. But Chrono Triggers is also, but so is Xenoblade Chronicles. I am arguably thinking, I already know there's one that is a contender, but I think it's mainly the ending I want to put there. But I think I'm going to put another game. I think I'm going to put another game. I think I'm going to do it. He looked like Demon Realm Kaioshin from Dragon Ball. Well, yes, back in the 90s, Akira Toriyama did do the artwork for Chrono Trigger, so that's why they look similar. Where I want a specific picture. You guys probably don't know which I'm talking about, but crap. Dang. Half this list is about to be that. All right, well, I'll just use this screenshot from the original. I just keep seeing a bunch of memes. Where's all these memes coming from? Yeah. And there we go. Number one, what's up, Final Gamerai? It's popping. Whoa, that is a spoiler for Future Connected. I did not need to see that. I don't really know what I was looking at, but that was definitely somebody's thumbnail from the video. Definitely didn't need to see that. Definitely didn't need to see that. We're gonna paste. Okay. I'm over here leaning in closer to my screen where I can just zoom in on the program. Bro, I need help, guys. Why y'all be letting me act like this? I wouldn't do that to y'all. Why you gonna let me do this? Okay, so we're gonna yeet right here. Bro, I'm in a good mood today. I'm over here just saying random weird words. What have y'all ever heard me say? Yeet. Okay. Boom. That. Hit with that. Yeet. Select. Deselect. And that finishes off this. This is going to be fave villain. I need to make sure I keep up to date with this so I know which is which. Best story. I think Xenoblade Chronicles has the upper edge over the other games in my top favorite games of all time. Persona 4 Golden, I think, was the next contender after Xenoblade. Chrono Trigger has an amazing cast of characters, but I feel its story lacks in comparison to the other two. I mean, it is the oldest out of these, so I guess it's not as grandiose as the others could be. Something that a remake could definitely do, though I still do think that these three have a better story than most games I've played, so don't let the whole thing I said about Chrono Trigger discourage you. I have a heck of a time trying to put one of these together, which is exactly why I'm glad I stopped myself from doing it by myself, and just so I could do it on stream. I feel like that's fun to do. I love Toriyama's art style. I like Toriyama's art style, but honestly, I like the sprites in Chrono Trigger more than I like Akira Toriyama's art style. I can see why for Chrono Cross, the sequel, they didn't actually get him back for it. So I think OG Dragon Ball had a ton of charm to it. Same, especially his early work like Dr. Slump and OG Dragon Ball. I love it, dude. Love it. Have not played, but want to. There's a lot of games I haven't played. I feel like I gotta bring up my Steam or something. I mean, there's a ton of games. I haven't played Yakuza 5, 6, 7. You know, I've never played The Witcher 3. You know, I haven't really played Tales of Berseria. I haven't beaten Final Fantasy X. I haven't touched 10-2 once. I haven't beaten Final Fantasy 6. I haven't touched 5 or 3. Any of those. I've played a lot of games, but I haven't beaten a lot of them either. I've sampled KOTOR 2. I've beaten KOTOR 1. Despite me being, I don't remember a lot of the details of it. I remember the impactful stuff. I haven't beaten Final Fantasy. Oh, okay. I have beaten Final Fantasy 8, but I remember next to nothing of that experience. So it's strange how you can play through a whole game and not really remember much about it. Dang, bro. Y'all need to throw some names at me. What haven't I played? Oh yeah, I haven't played the Trails games either, actually. I might put Trails in the Sky on here, despite me having played like an hour or two of it, but I just remember Estelle being cute, but I don't remember anything about the actual game. So maybe that counts as not having played it. If you can't really say anything about the game, then I'm gonna assume that counts as, you know, you not having played it. After everyone went blonde, I lost interest. I love Z. I really do like Z a lot. I think OG Dragon Ball. I think OG Dragon Ball has a stronger narrative. Okay. Is the new Yakuza game for Xbox One? Yes, it's for all platforms. It's on PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PS5. Actually, I don't think the PS5 version's actually out. The PS5 version, I don't think it's out, but it's coming out, and it's for PC. So if you want it for Xbox One, it is on Xbox One. I don't know what I'm gonna put for this. I might just make it easy and put Like a Dragon, but I don't know. I might put Trails in the Sky. Dang, dude, I've played a lot of video games. I think I'm gonna put Trails in the Sky. And that's technically cheating a little bit, but who cares? Is my list. Okay, this one kind of did it for us. I'm hoping the aspect ratio is right. Okay, so that's good enough, honestly. So we're going to let's go like this. Too much. Transform selection. There you go. That was pretty good. I think that was pretty good. Oh, of course. I gotta spread the Yakuza, the good word about it. Shout out to Sega for sending me the game. You love, everyone hates. I think I gotta give that to Dream Drop Distance. That is a game that I love that a lot of people hate. Kingdom Hearts, Dream Drop Distance. That is a game that I absolutely love that so many people hate. I don't love that people hate it. I know that's kind of what it sounded like. That's not what I meant. I love that game, but a bunch of people hate it. If that makes sense. We're going to copy this. Play. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Paste. Okay, we gotta change. All right, stop zooming into your monitor, Jordan. Just freaking do this. Okay, do this. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this right here. You're gonna whoop. Then you're going to transform selection. You're gonna bring it over here and go like that. Boom. And you're going to transform selection again. You're going to turn it sideways. Actually, you're going to deselect it and do it again because it's not going to be straight. Boom, boom, boom. Jordan knows why you hate everyone loves, like especially if we're talking theories. I definitely know that. Dang, I didn't do the last one. Haven't played but want. You love, everyone hate. Yeah, there are some, those of you guys that don't have Photoshop, you guys know there are free Photoshop alternatives. My friend Jaden, he's a YouTuber and everything, I'm sure you guys know too. He doesn't use Photoshop at all. He doesn't even own Photoshop. He uses GIMP. GIMP is a free software that is just like Photoshop. For me, it feels harder to use because I took classes, and originally went to college for graphic design. So yeah, it feels odd to me. I kind of want to clean up these ones, but I don't know. I'm not going to clean those up, whatever. But yeah, it's different. And there's even plugins, free plugins you can download and stuff like that too. So I might go and add dream drop distance logo PNG. I might add the PNG to it. It's 3D. I don't really care, but all right. Well, this is a pretty small one. If this isn't an actual PNG, I'm suing the company. Okay. I hate those fake PNG websites, bro. I hate those free PNG websites and they end up being fake. I'll put it here so it doesn't have to cover too many people up. And I'm also going to go ahead and that. Merge them. You love, everyone hate. Boom. Now it's one image. Oh, what happened, Dragon Fury? What happened? Did you post a link to something? Naiba hates links. That must have been what happened. What happened? Really haven't played Zestria yet. I was gonna start tomorrow. I did not like Zestria, not that much. I didn't. I think the story is good, but I don't care about the characters. I think the main character, what they were saying, Soray, was cool, but I think that was about it. I also thought the gameplay wasn't bad, but Hey, but if y'all want to talk in Discord and go into the VC while the stream's going on, no worries. Hey, Misi, I was just mentioning another art program that we use for Photoshop. Yeah, it's probably best to just say the name or something, because that'll happen. If you want to share it with others, you can always share it in the Discord server if you're not already a part of it. That'll be a good thing that I know some people in there will appreciate. There's an advertisement text channel in there too for people that make their own videos and stuff. So some people that need to get their thumbnail game up and stuff will probably appreciate that. Okay. You love, everyone hates. You hate, everyone loves. One thing I hate. I don't hate much things. It takes a lot for me to genuinely hate something. I think the last time I truly hated a game or did not enjoy it, I remember not enjoying Final Fantasy VIII. I remember very much not liking it. Mainly because of the gameplay. It wasn't the story or characters I had an issue with. I didn't like Squall, I remember, but too much, at least not until the end, but I remember specifically not liking the gameplay. But I don't hate many things. So I guess I'll just change it to dislike, I guess. Or at least for the list, for the sake of the list, I'll put something that I dislike. What do I dislike? I usually don't play stuff I don't like. I normally check out, like before I buy a game or something, I thoroughly check out the game. I'll watch YouTube videos on it. I'll see reviews, things like that. I'll go and check that kind of thing out. But So I never really experience seeing something I don't really like. I usually don't even bother with stuff I don't like. Wow, I'm glad you really like Zestria, though. I can definitely agree to disagree. Maybe I just need to go and play it again. Yeah, I just genuinely need to go and play through it again. You hate everyone. I love Persona 3. I love Persona 3. I definitely have gameplay issues with it, but I love Persona 3. If you guys couldn't tell already by the channel as of late, I definitely love it. You just like Zelda, and with that, Ace gotta ban me. Luis, I ain't want to do this thing, bro. I ain't want to have to do this thing, bro. You're giving me no choice, though. You're giving me no choice. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Goodbye. You banned, homie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Zelda shaped who I am. I would not be the person I might not even be here if I never played Zelda, I might not be here. Literally, I've been playing Zelda since I was 3 years old. I was 3 playing The Legend of Zelda. Nah, I'm just playing. Y'all can think whatever you want. It's fine. I just don't want to hear in depth about why you don't like. No, I think I remember. I think I know something that I don't like. I'm not gonna say hate. I'm going to change it to say dislike, but actually there's a Steam one of it, so I can always just go to it there. I'm going to put it here just for the sake of needing to do this. Alright, here we go. Bro, I'm gonna get so much hate. I can think of one person specifically. He's not gonna read the rest of my list. As soon as he sees this, he'll be like, yeah, alright, I'm good. I don't need to see the rest of this. That's what he's gonna say. I already know it. I already know it. Okay, here we go. Yes, it's me. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I don't care for Sonic Adventure 2. I don't care for Sonic Adventure 2. Yes, that's me. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Yes. I know you guys heard the whole I don't cap thing. Now y'all don't trust nothing I say anymore. I get it. I do. A lot of people grew up with the game. But man, it just ain't for me, It's not my game, Look, Jaden on subs. Y'all knew who I was talking about, too. Hold up. I'm gonna go like this. Is there an X in the custom things? There's probably not an X to X something out. Oh, there is. I wanted a different kind of X, but that'll work. Fill red. Nothing. It's gonna be some big text. Yep. Dislike. Okay. What's an asterisk look like? Yeah, there we go. I'll put it right here. I'll put it right here. There we go. Sheer blasphemy. I know y'all unsubscribe, y'all hitting the dislike. I'm sorry. My dislike is Final Fantasy 7. You kind of capping on that one. Zelda is the blonde dude, right? Alright, TM, you trying to get banned too, bro? I'm about to get banned. I love Final Fantasy 7. I like SA1. I just don't like Big Cat. Love Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I completely understand why people don't like them. I love Final Fantasy 7. I like the original more than I like 7 Remake. I genuinely do. Even if we're talking about, I guess, you know, Midgar and Midgar, of course, that's better. But the original Final Fantasy 7 just has so much more. I just like it. You hate, everyone love. This is the X and dislike. I'm going to merge them into one. There. Art style. This is one that I saw a lot of people on Twitter had a similar thought, but this one, most people had the similar pick for this. This one, I don't think many people are gonna pick. Personally, I easily think this is the best one, but I just love the art style, bro. I love the art style. Here, and best art style is gonna go to, whoa, it's big, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. That is easily the best art style game I've seen in a long time. Yeah, you know, Persona 5 Royal, you know, is great, you know, like what a lot of people had on their list, but man, it doesn't come close to this game for me, bro. This game, oh dude, the art style is great. The art style is great. I'm just gonna match it up with the others. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to, let's hit that, oh. I'm going to blah. Even deselect and then go and hit him with that, whoa. Blah. Deselect. Boom. I didn't actually ban anybody. Which helps for me. If I don't like something, I'm not going to force myself just because it gets better. You know that? I get it, everyone praised Final Fantasy 9, I just don't see it. It's not bad, but it doesn't do it for me. That's crazy. Final Fantasy 9 is the best Final Fantasy game. Best Final Fantasy game. Crisis Core is good too. Kirby's Epic Yarn. Kirby's Epic Yarn is really good, but it's super... I haven't played Final Fantasy 5. I have not beaten 13 Sentinels though. I've not completed that game yet. 13 Sentinels, best art style, bro. My boy Ninja, bro. Oh, bro, his final chapter, bro. And he was, oh, so cool, dude. So freaking cool, bro. What's his name? Billy Kometz, the guy who does the voice. He's also voices Josuke from JoJo Part 4. He also voices Naofumi, the protagonist of Rising of the Shield Hero. Bro, such a good actor, bro. So good. He just has that really cool voice. When he's like, when you think of a pro tag who don't care, crazy, bro. It's great. Absolutely great. Absolutely great. Big Matt also voices Ferdinand Von Egger from Three Houses, which is how I know him. I didn't do the route with him, and I didn't end up recruiting him. But Burlington was a wild ride, absolutely wild. I found out the truth about the sectors and stuff, and I'm just like, this is a great game. Great game. Bro, what are the odds? Someone I know is looking for content creators, you know, who played 13 Sentinels and want to be a part of a video essay project with 12 other people. Dang, bro. About to shoot my shot. But I don't think we're really mutuals though. But if he says okay, I will do that. I promise you I'll drop everything for that. But he's also a creator I really like, so. I like Final Fantasy 13. It's okay. I don't really care for Lightning too much, but I like some of the other characters. I like Snow, which is unpopular. That's an unpopular opinion. We've gotten to the favorite ending. This is something I really want to do. Ooh, that is not where I wanted to type that. Which one am I going to use? This one? What is this? What is that? Honestly, that's a pretty good picture. That might work for what I'm trying to do here too. The aspect ratio works. Dude, why is so cool. So cool. So cool. Here, I'm looking for a specific picture. I have one that works, but that one's so freaking cool, dude. I'm gonna send this to myself first. I kind of want to do this one. It requires more work, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Actually, okay, it didn't require that much work. I found a better one. Okay. Here we go. Persona 3 has my favorite ending in video games. Anybody who's seen the ending has got to know. I'm sure y'all understand when I say that is an extremely impactful ending. Even if you didn't care for the game because of its gameplay or whatever, that ending had me in tears, bro. No spoilers of what it is. You know, some people ain't did that. So, but letting y'all know, it's gas. I'll tell you right now, it's gas. It had me feeling like the ending truly reinforced the point of the story. So it's just like, dude, it's so great. Snow is a character a lot of people don't like, but I like Snow. He definitely starts off not really likable. Oh, yo! He followed me on Twitter, bro. Oh, shoot. He followed me on Twitter. He followed me on Twitter. Dude, he followed me on Twitter, bro. Let's go. Oh, shoot. And he followed me too, dude. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so it looks like it's for somebody else's channel. Okay. Dude, I wonder how it's gonna be. The foundation of the idea. Some things are subject to change. Everything creators with their own editing style talking about any aspect of the game you enjoy. 1 to 5 minutes of entry, you can watch in any order. After select intro, character, intro screen, similar to the game. Be specific, I'm looking for, want to talk about the game, can make a video, show me some of your work. I definitely don't have crazy editing. That's definitely one thing that guy will probably have to check out. But if he goes and sees my work, I have, my stuff in my bio, so you can easily see that I make video essays, so as well, at least I'm transitioning into video essay content. But he's definitely gonna see I definitely am not the greatest editor or anything, but my quality of my writing, I'm confident in the quality of my writing, especially if it's in short bursts. Like, I might not have the best writing in an hour-long freaking video. I'd have to be really passionate about it. So if it's like, say, a video on Persona 4 Golden, I can literally go on for hours. If it's about Chrono Trigger, I can go on for hours. I had to stop myself in that Chrono Trigger video that was like 30-something minutes. I stopped myself because in that video, I didn't even talk about the gameplay. Like, I talked about it for like a minute, maybe 20 seconds or something. Yes, I was talking about the YouTuber King K. Not sure if any of you guys have heard of them. You probably should have. I don't know if you guys are into video essay stuff, then that you can definitely, you probably have heard of him before. You probably have seen something of his at least. Bro, the fact that he freaking followed me, even if it's not his project and he's kind of looking for people from him, even that means he's probably going to be in the project too, so I could be in a video with him. That's cool. That's cool. I know I'm fangirling. He might even see that I'm streaming right now and he clicked the link and he's hearing me fangirl about him, and so he probably clicked off because he's embarrassed. I apologize, but big fan of your work. Your work is very, very good. It helped me establish what I kind of want to do myself on this platform. So I appreciate you. Feel Bad the Story was one of my biggest problems with P3. Sorry, I just didn't hold my lunch, but I guess I can see why people like it. I think P3 is a type of story that isn't for everybody. It definitely, in the end, it reinforces a lot of points that a lot of people probably aren't going to either be able to relate with. I think its uniqueness comes from a lot of people go through a lot of different things at different points in life. Just because I'm 23 and have been through this specific kind of thing in my life doesn't necessarily mean this 25-year-old has gone through this kind of thing too. They may be 30 before they experience the kind of hardship that I experienced, And I feel that Persona 3 really goes into that kind of detail and really reinforces you that death is a big theme in Persona 3. It is very, very much lurking throughout the entirety of the game. But not just death, it's also about, I guess, fate. Most JRPGs are about defying fate and everything like that. They did it in Kingdom Hearts, they do it in practically every JRPG now. And this one isn't necessarily about defying fate. It's about taking and appreciating life for what it is, but also accepting the fate that you're given, So it's just like, it's not necessarily about taking things lying down. It's more about fighting until your last breath. Fight until your last breath and give it your all. But if in the end it's time for you to, put the sword down, and let things be, then that's what you have to do. And I feel like Persona 3 has a very, very hard message to swallow. Not because it's hard to understand, but it's something that not a lot of people want to accept about ourselves. A lot of times we go and make up our own agendas for whatever and stuff in life. But at the end of the day, I feel everybody has to have that realization that some things just can't change, and you just gotta accept some things in life. And it's very unfortunate, it's very sad, but sometimes you gotta realize that's life. And Persona 3 has some of the most impactful and, I guess, the most powerful message of that theme I've ever seen in any form of media. Not necessarily saying it has the best story. Obviously, I gave the best story to Xenoblade Chronicles, but I'm going to say Persona 3 has the best ending in video games to me of what I've played. Oh, I see. Oh, you guys are starting to post yours. Sky, I actually think I saw yours in John's server earlier. You had yours all nice and looking good. I think mine's looking pretty good too. I've been editing it to be kind of nice. What's up, Silverblood? I feel like Eternal Sonata did something similar, and I found that more interesting. It really takes place in the mind of a dying man. That's really cool because there's a social link in Persona 3 that is about that too. I guess that character in that social link is dying, and it's all about, I guess, what he couldn't accomplish in life and wanting more time and stuff like that. And throughout the social link, you can see him get worse and worse. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, especially if you've ever had, a loved one pass or something like that. It's definitely hard to watch. I definitely think Persona 3 suffers from not having the best social links in the series. I mean, it was their first attempt at doing social links, so I'm not going to hark on it too much, but that social link still hits me to this day. It still hits me to this day. Hey, James, I appreciate the retweet, homie. Favorite boss fight? My favorite boss fight, in a way, I don't think I can not spoil this one. This one is really hard for me. I can think of a lot of really great ones. I can think the final boss of Chrono Trigger, the final boss of Persona 4 Golden, the final boss of Xenoblade Chronicles. That is an insane final boss. I think I might like the in terms of mood and setting, Xenoblade Chronicles has one of the most impactful final boss fights ever. It's that freaking good. And it just it goes in, I guess, it jams the message in your head, of course, the dying fate, but it's more of we want to decide how we live our lives. We don't want someone else to decide how our life should go, So it's like them fighting for their own choice, whether they're fighting for their own future, I guess, to where it's like, if I'm meant to die tomorrow, then let me die my way. I don't want to die because you say it's my time, So it's like, and it really jams that in there, and I love it. I love that. This is really bothering me, by the way. This is really bothering me. I'm trying to measure it out. I did notice that. Right there. Boom. Oh, oops. Hopefully I didn't get it. No, I didn't. This is favorite soundtrack. See, there's a reason why I labeled those. There we go. Much better. Okay, so they're all labeled. Wait. Is it best or favorite? Best soundtrack. Okay. So now we're gonna do favorite boss fight. I'm gonna try to do this without spoiling. Disappointing boss fights, I'd probably say the final I think probably say both final bosses from Persona 5. The final boss of the original game and the true final boss of Royal, I think, were both very disappointing fights because they didn't challenge me to really use my skill or anything like that. Persona 5 is a very easy game in general, but I felt like for the final boss, it really didn't attempt to give you trouble, you know? And it's like, I didn't have to manage my money in that game. I ended the game with 4.5 million yen. You know, I hadn't used any items in the game until late into the game. You know, when I was late getting into, the depths of mementos and in the final palace. Those are the only times I used items. So I had a culmination of all the items I collected from the entire game, and especially if you're playing it like you played a Persona game before, it's like, okay, well, I'm going into the vending machines getting stuff. I was stocking up, when I had some spare cash and I wasn't doing nothing, I would get something from the doctor, etc. I was just playing like a normal JRPG, But the thing is, even when I was wasting my money on spending items, I didn't need to do that because I didn't need to use it. The thing is, I didn't even really need to heal. There was a couple times in the final boss where I was like, dang, it made it to where you can't heal. And that means you can't heal your SP, you can't heal your HP, you can't use healing magic, no items, anything. And I thought it didn't make me scared that I was gonna die, because at the end of the day, depending on what personas you get, I didn't have to worry. Like, I didn't have the persona I had on my main character had no weaknesses. It didn't repel everything, but I had no weaknesses. So, and depending on if you plan stuff out and you prepare, for situations, you'll never have to worry about that kind of thing. That's why I wasn't really scared of my main character dying, because anybody else that dies in the fight, I can always bring them back to life. So it's like, even if they died, I can always just use this and bring them back to life. What does that matter? So it's like I'm not saying the bosses weren't cool. They were cool fights all throughout the game. They were cool, but none of them were hard. That game was dirt easy. I only died once, and that was on my first playthrough. I didn't know a boss. It was Okumura. He had a one-hit kill move, and I thought, because sometimes when it's like, oh, he's charging up, whenever they do that, sometimes you'll still have a whole round of turns you can take. So it's like, okay, I'll take these turns to buff everybody up or heal everybody up, and then on the next turn, right before he's about to attack, I'll block. That way I'll take as minimal damage as possible. But that boss didn't do that like every other boss had, and so it threw me off, and it ended up killing the main character, which made in this, of course in this game, the whole fight is lost if the main character dies. I don't like that mechanic. A bunch of other JRPGs don't do that. I like Dragon Quest 11. Dragon Quest 11, I was in a similar situation when the main character died, but the fight isn't over if the main character lost. I don't understand why, if the main character dies, the fight is over, especially if you have people in your party who have magic that can bring people back to life. They're so upset that you die that you're not gonna bring them back to life. What you over there doing, bro? I don't get it. That was a big tangent. I didn't get scared of dying in P4 because I did boss fights on very easy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. P4 is definitely a harder game. It definitely makes you think about things you do before you get into a fight. And it's very easy to, if you're not paying attention, you can easily lose. I think it's because it has Shin Megami Tensei syndrome. Shin Megami Tensei games are just harder than regular games are, than Persona games are. They just are. So because Persona 4 Still, Shin Megami Tensei, it originally released with the name Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4 in it. I think it still counts, which is why some of that kind of runs over. Golden is definitely easier than the original, but especially if you have the PC version, you can make that game the easiest game you've probably ever played. You can make that game the easiest you've ever played. I think a good balance is setting it on normal or hard, because I think both can be challenging. But because of the custom difficulty in the PC release, you can change how much EXP and money you get. So now you're getting way more experience than you normally would, and way more money. So now, yeah, you're playing it on hard, but you're also getting more, reward for your, trouble, which I think is a good balance to me. I think it's all right. That's not how I originally played the game, and I haven't beaten P4 Golden on PC yet. I haven't yet, because I wanted to beat Royal, because I was like, I could just replay Persona 4 Golden again, but my friends tell me I have a problem. So maybe I should just beat the game I haven't beaten yet. But I did officially beat Royal last night, though. But yes, I've beaten Persona 5 3 times, and I have played the game twice on Merciless. It doesn't matter. Persona 5, it does not matter what difficulty you play the game on, because the game thinks it's harder than it actually is. So it gives you a ton of options to never have to worry. There are tons of items that do so much. You can get SP recovery items every day. You can literally call Kawakami and have her make coffee for you, which heals, your SP of one individual. But you can also have her make curry, which heals SP of the whole team. You can also have it. There are social links that make everything easier. If you're doing Mishima's social link, it'll make how much EXP you get from fights even more. Especially if you want more rewards from social links, you can always get Chihaya. Chihaya can make sure that every time you do a social link, you will level up with them. Which, if you don't use her, sometimes you go and see that somebody's available, it says you won't actually grow closer. But without Chihaya there, you would just have to deal with it. Because you need to hang out with them again, and then maybe the next time they're available, you can level up with them. But it gives you so many accessibility options that you never have to worry. Especially if you max out Futaba, she can basically bring you back to life. And of course, I know every Persona game has some features, but like every party member can take an attack from you. Say there's a move that a boss is going to use that's going to kill the entire party. Futaba also gets a perk that'll let her prevent the entire party from dying. So it's like, it happens. You dislike the ending? Okay, I can understand that Persona 3, some people don't like the ending. Without specifically saying the ending in chat or on stream, I can see why someone feels that about the ending. For me personally, the way I see it, everybody either loves this ending or hates it. There's no I liked it. There's no in between. It is either I hate it or I love it. I genuinely think that, but it's just like, even though I know you just said dislike, but still, I genuinely think there are people who like it or don't. There's not someone who's just okay with it. P3's final boss was definitely something else. It definitely took a while. I think Persona final bosses kind of do that. Oh, Persona 4's didn't do it that much. That fight didn't take that long. But Persona 5 Royal, I was level 92, I think? 92. Well, most of my team were level 92. I had Personas in the 90s, etc. That fight still took forever, and it's because he has ads that just keep healing him. So while I'm over here doing the work that I'm supposed to do, in the end, it didn't matter because he kept healing himself and they kept healing him. So it's like, yeah, the fight progresses and stuff still too, but it takes forever, especially when there's miniature cutscenes happening in the middle of the fight. It's just like, okay, come on, let's do this. I still have to fight the protagonists. If you buy the DLC, you can fight the Persona 3 and Persona 4 protagonists. So that's cool. Hey Jordan, I'm late to the stream. What's up, Digital Slayer? It's good to see you. Regardless, I don't mind if you're late. I appreciate you, feeling the need to come by and eat. All right, Mike, you have a good one. Futaba's the GOAT, man. She came in clutch during Secret Boss fight. She definitely comes in clutch. She definitely does. I mean, like, I think there's a few people that you should absolutely incentivize. Like, you might not be able to do it in this order, but I think some of the most important social links to max out, I think, are Kawakami number 1. Kawakami, I say number 1 is because when you max her out, usually if you go into a palace or go into mementos, you can't do anything else that night. You have to go to sleep and waste the rest of the night. But if you have Kawakami, she can give you a massage and let you do another activity for the night, whether that's do another social link at night, prepare some items for the next voyage into a palace or a dungeon or something like that, or clean some armor, sell stuff, do everything you need, buy stuff, all that kind of stuff, whether it's get your social stats up, where you need to study, or get your guts up, train, stuff, anything like that. There's a bunch of stuff out. All that comes from maxing out this one person. Mishima, again, Mishima is also one of the most important ones to do, even though I don't care for his social link too much, even though I relate to it heavily because of the whole bullying thing. I think that it's really important to do because he kind of manages how much EXP you get. Getting his social link literally will just destroy this game. You'll be leveling up all the time. I think another one to get is Ryuji, because Ryuji ends up getting a social link. I don't think it's his max benefit, but during his social link, you'll get an ability that lets you essentially just run through any enemy while in mementos, and you'll get full EXP for it, but you don't have to fight them. So when you're in car form as Morgana in mementos, you can just run right through enemies and it instantly ends the fight, and you get any items, money, and EXP as you would if you regularly fought them. You can choose to regularly fight them, but it only happens for people that for enemies that are lower level than you. But because the enemy design in Persona 5, most enemies you encounter are going to be a lower level than you, even if it's like not by much. I mean, usually it's not by much, maybe about a level or two. But by the end of the game, I'm in the final palace. I'm seeing the strong enemies that are glowing red are level 86 and I'm in the 90s. So it's like, I didn't grind once in this game. I didn't grind once. So when I was in mementos, I would literally just run through everything, especially if you use Jose too. He, depending on how much flowers and stamps you collect, you can also increase the amount of EXP you get while in mementos. And it's disgusting. You can do it to 200 and stuff like that. So in the end, I'm getting 9,000 to 11,000 EXP every fight. And I'm not even actually fighting them. I'm just running through them. And I'm like, this is freaking incredible, bro. This literally breaks the game in half. Especially if you're smart too. You can utilize flu season during mementos. If you go during flu season and you get a persona with a high luck stat, as high as you can, if you get them with a high luck stat and you confuse and disorient an enemy, one of the bosses in mementos from, say, whatever side quest you're doing for Mishima, if you do that, they will literally just throw money at you. They will, every turn, they throw money at you. So it's just like, they're throwing hundreds of thousands of yen at me every turn. And I don't have to do anything. Of course, they can lose, the disorientation, but they also don't run out of money. So it's like, and I didn't even do that this playthrough. I did not do that this playthrough. And I still had 4.5 million yen. And I did nothing. Persona 5 is a game that thinks it is much harder than it actually is. But in a way, I think it is a great entry JRPG, as long as you, I guess, don't worry about the length. If somebody is discouraged about the length, then they probably wouldn't like the game. But it's easily at least 100 hours, easily the longest Persona game. But in terms of being able to beat it because of difficulty and stuff, you have nothing to worry about. That game is dirt easy. I think that makes it replayable in a way, though. So I mean, if you just like the JRPG fun of the kinetic battles of Persona, then I mean 5 is a good one to replay. I've replayed it 3 times in Royal 1, so I've played Persona 5 more than I played through all the other games technically. What's up, Max? Yeah, during Palaces too. I have to confess, I've never fought the legit final boss of Persona 4. That sucks. Now you really want to play Persona 5 Royal again? Go ahead. I don't really know how to do this chart of games. Yeah, it kind of looks confusing. It's not like how the tier list maker website does it, to where you just pick a category and you put it all in there. I put these on here specifically myself. Really, even Merciless isn't that hard. It's not. Merciless, I feel, is like normal mode of Persona 4. I genuinely think that in Merciless mode. But the thing is, I think like difficulty in Persona is crap anyway in all the games, because the thing is, Persona doesn't know, I don't think they know how to make difficulty settings in Persona. And the reason I say that is because when you have different difficulties, especially when we're referring to harder difficulties here, all they really change is they change the EXP gain you get, and they change how much damage you do and how much damage you take. So now you're doing less and getting hurt more, and you're making less experience, and I feel like messing with XP is always something I don't fly with that. Messing with XP is something I just never think is fair. If I'm working hard in a fight, I should get EXP, worthy of the effort I put in. And normal difficulties of games usually do this. Don't change what the base EXP gain of something is. What you should do is alter the enemy AI. Make in harder difficulties maybe the magic spells that they have at their disposal. Change up what they're physically capable of doing to you, and make the enemy AI smarter. That way the enemies are coordinating with each other, because on regular difficulties and stuff like that, they never coordinate. They just hit you with something. They don't set up. That's what makes these things different. It's kind of like in Pokemon. In Pokemon, the enemies never coordinate really. They just throw whatever Pokemon they got at you, especially when it's a gym leader, when they're probably bringing much good against you. They never have any typing dual type Pokemon or something that actually could be a threat to the challenger. It's just like, in a way, if the AI was smarter, they could set up. If you look at one-on-one battles in competitive Pokemon, you see how difficult those battles are? They could do the exact same thing, but with AI, it doesn't have to be as intricate. But if they were to rework it to be like something like that, they could have a freaking masterpiece on their hand. But Persona doesn't do that whatsoever. That's why I say, if you're playing Persona, you might as well play on the regular difficulty, primarily because it doesn't mess with your EXP. I truly think difficulty in games shouldn't be a thing. Like Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger does not have a difficulty setting because it doesn't need it. The AI is smart enough to push players to use the combat and figure out its combat and use what it offers. If you don't utilize the combat and for what it offers, then you're going to not do well. That's what it is. If you don't utilize the combat, you're not going to do well. But that's why Chrono Trigger doesn't have difficulty. It doesn't need it. Now I'm gonna change this. Sorry, we have not done the tier list in a minute. You guys can't get me talking about Persona. You guys know what this does to me. And y'all just let me talk. It's horrible. Yeah, I can't stop talking. But my favorite boss fight is the final boss of Xenoblade Chronicles. But I will be doing my best to not show the actual final boss here. Just so we don't see, or I'll at least use a different because the final boss wears a mask. So I'm going to use the masked version of that character. So that way it is a lot harder to tell who it is or what it is, I guess I should say. Because the ending of Xenoblade Chronicles is pretty great. It's pretty great. Best boss fight is Red. I love Red from Pokemon. They're really cool. Okay, this should be a safe. Oh crap! Of course I put it there. There. Okay. So boo-hoo, anybody who got spoiled. Oops. I think you guys got spoiled. I'm not gonna purposely spoil one of my favorite games of all time. But okay, let's do this. Okay, now let's do this. I'm going to hit him with one of these. And we're going to select inverse. And I'm boom. You're a little too tall. I see that. You're a little too tall. I see you. You're a little too tall. Let me hit you with one of these. And then I'm going to hit you with one of that. There we go. Now it's a little too short technically, but all right, we got a short king. There we go. Good enough. There we go. Favorite final boss. There we go. I might go and put labels on these. Like I might go and like put Xenoblade there and stuff like that, just so it's easily identifiable, but I might do that at the end. We got to keep moving here. We've been live for an hour and a half. I probably won't be live forever tonight. I already did a bunch of work on videos today, and I might do a little bit more work on videos, but wait. Oh, The World Ends With You. The World Ends With You, the animation is getting an announcement tomorrow in 8 hours. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Y'all heard that? The World Ends With You gets an announcement in 8 hours. I'm going to be asleep in 8 hours, but when I wake up, I'll react to it or something. Let me tell Jaden he's going to be excited for it too. There you go. For real, Chrono Trigger peak fiction? Absolutely. Absolutely. I love to grind. As long as the combat's fun, I don't mind grinding. My thing is, if the combat isn't, that great, then I'm gonna not enjoy it as much, I spelled an announcement wrong in my tweet and I hate everything. Like Horizon Zero Dawn did. What about Horizon Zero Dawn? I'd be talking, so I'm behind. I legit had to strategize and analyze stuff in that game multiple times. Absolutely. The thing is, because of how the enemy, the thing is, the way these things go, a lot of times these game developers just make enemies. Let's just make this enemy do this and stuff like that, and they make enemies. But I think what makes very intricate enemy AI and enemy design is not when you make a really smart enemy, it's when you design the enemies to be able to be beaten by the protagonist. And I know that sounds like, well, duh, but you'd be surprised what I actually mean by that and how little is actually utilized. Again, in Chrono Trigger, at the end of the day, in a party member based game, it doesn't really matter who you choose to put in a fight. All of the protagonists in Chrono Trigger are good in a certain way. A bunch of people have this thing where, oh, I never really use this protagonist. Persona is very guilty of this as well, all of them. It's like, okay, because the main character is a wildcard user, they can use any persona. well, all your party members can only use one, that ends up leaving you not needing to use certain party members. And even when you do choose to use them, they might not be as great as, you know, you yourself just using that ability, you know? And the same thing with Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles does the same thing. Persona 4 Golden, they all do this same thing. Where it's like, I mean, these characters are good, but I don't necessarily really need them. Like, people don't really use Charla too much in Xenoblade, you know? Some people might not use Naoto, or somebody might not use Kanji too much, you know, especially since your main character in Persona 4 has the base element of Zio, which is electric, you know, but so does Kanji. So, but if your stats are higher on your main character than Kanji, I don't really have a need for Kanji, especially if you excel in strength and magic. It's kind of like, well, I like you, Kanji, but I don't really need you, you know? I got Izanagi. Izanagi, he don't miss. So it's like, oh, sorry, Kanji. But it's, you know, that's just me though. But Chrono Trigger, the enemies are designed to be beaten by the main characters. Meaning, if these enemies are supposed to be able to put up a fight against all of these people, meaning that they have to make every character in the game a viable option when up against these opponents. The same goes for the boss fights. So there is no primary, you know, party you should use or anything like that. All of them are viable. Everyone is viable. They designed the characters first and their capabilities, and then they designed the enemies, and that is how you do it. I feel like the enemies, especially outside of boss fights, are last minute thoughts a lot of times. I mean, and I'm not referring to the overall design of the enemies visually or anything like that. A lot of times, I mean in terms of their AI, you know, and their actual enemy capabilities. A lot of times they're afterthoughts, you know, in comparison to boss fights. But a lot of times in boss fights, a lot of times it's still better to bring in certain people just to be safe, you know, when it's like, okay, well, in Chrono Trigger, you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. I can go in with what I feel comfortable with, or even before a boss fight, even if I've never played the game before, I could be like, all right, well, I guess I'll just use this person for this fight, because it doesn't matter. You know, everybody can play a different role in that game. You don't have to use somebody as a dedicated healer. You know, this is my healer person. Charla is really good in Xenoblade Chronicles, but you only really keep her in if you're really feeling like you're going to be needing to heal during this fight, you know, and Shulk's healing isn't going to cover it, you know? So it's like, you don't have to deal with that in Chrono Trigger, which is why I feel more games need to ditch difficulty settings altogether and just put extra effort into designing enemy AI. That was a very long tangent that I could probably siphon into a video if I want. Not sorry if you don't use Naoto, you bad. You're right. I always use Naoto and Kanji. Naoto is goated. I definitely would recommend using Naoto, but I also feel you don't need to use Kanji as much. You can get away without using Kanji. You can also get away without using Chie also, but Yosuke is somebody I always use too. One character I recommend to be in your party all the time P4 is Yukiko. Yukiko destroys stuff. She destroys stuff. She is a very strong party member. Ever since I was 5 years old playing Pokemon Stadium, I've had a habit of using my favorite characters in battle instead of characters that would be most useful. But the thing is, you should be able to do that. It sucks when game developers don't design the game for that to be possible. You know, I would love for Pokemon to go that aspect. You know, I still think that if they were ever going to make an open world Breath of the Wild styled Pokemon game, you know, and the accessibility of Pokemon goes through the roof, I still think that typing should still be a thing. But I also feel that at the end of the day, if they were really going to go a bit further with Pokemon, they need to change it to where you can approach any situation with however you're comfortable with. I can't go in with water types, you know, fighting Lieutenant Surge. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to win that. So, you know, but I also feel that's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't know. I'm very mixed when it comes to how Pokemon does stuff. I love Pokemon. I have played Pokemon since I was a small child. I own every generation of Pokemon. I've played every gen, you know, but I don't know. I don't know. All right, we're on the final area of this list. So let's go ahead and finish things off. I said we were going to play Nier this stream. We're not freaking playing Nier this stream. Nah. We've already been going on for an hour and 42 minutes. I thought this was only going to take 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and I was going to put a timestamp afterwards, but nah. If we stream tomorrow, we're going to do that, but I don't know if we're going to be able to stream tomorrow. I think that's the day homework and stuff is due, so that means more homework is going to be put out, so that means I should probably do it. But like I said I'd be uploading and streaming during this week, and I think I did that. Even though it's only Thursday, I think I did that. Childhood game. This is going to be difficult. I have a ton of childhood games. I played a lot of Sonic. I played a lot of Kirby. I played a lot of Pokemon. I played a lot of Mega Man. I might put Mega Man Battle Network just for the culture. I played Mega Man Battle Network a lot as a kid, so it's like, dang, I really grew up on RPGs, bro. I definitely grew up on RPGs. We were playing Mega Man Battle Network. Game was kind of hard as a kid, bro. Dang, bro, I'm gonna put this on this list just because of the art is awesome, bro. Just because the art is awesome, I gotta put it on the list. This is Fave Final Boss. Childhood game. Battle Network 3. Even though I didn't play Battle Network 3 as much, I definitely played Battle Network 4 a lot. Even though I found out later on that's the one most people hate in the Battle Network series, which is crazy to me. It's definitely not the greatest game of all time, but it's still pretty fantastic. I didn't even have to do anything with that one. That was a good one. Nice fit. There you go. Where's Jet Set Radio going on this list? I didn't play Jet Set Radio until I was like in high school. I'm gonna play Pokemon Shield someday. My top priority is getting my hands on Gallade. I like Pokemon Gen 8. I had Pokemon Shield, so, which is also over there on my dresser. Well, that's not a dresser because there's no clothes on it. It's my gaming cabinet. It's not a cabinet, it doesn't have any doors on it. You guys have seen it in those old analyst videos, but what do you call the gaming wall? A shelf. My childhood games were Star Fox 64, Knights of the Old Republic. I'm playing through Knights of the Old Republic as a personal thing I want to play through, and I'm still at the beginning, but I've played the game before, but I just remember the ending, basically. You know, the one thing most people remember from KOTOR, that's what I remember, the ending. But I remember loving it so much. I love how the decision-based, stuff works and the make your own journey kind of thing. I love that. Rayman 2 for the Dreamcast, my favorite game, no contest. Rayman 2 is fun. Definitely need to get more into Rayman though. Relaxing game. This is gonna be a weird one because I wouldn't exactly call this game relaxing. Well, actually, no. You know what? Relaxing game. This is gonna be strange. This game is fairly new. In fact, it just came out a couple of months ago. I don't think you'll find anybody else with this game on this list. But for me, it's on the list. Primarily because it is one of the most relaxing games I have ever played. It's so good. So good. There we go. That's a better picture right here. All right, Musso, you have a good one. Boom. And that is Astro's Playroom. It's the game that comes pre-installed on your PlayStation 5. It's a sequel to Astrobot, was a Rescue. I can't remember what the first game was fully called. It was a VR exclusive game, though, so I did not get to play it, so I don't have VR. But this game is absolutely fantastic. It's definitely a celebration of PlayStation game. So if you've played a lot of PlayStation, grew up on it, then that game will have you in tears. You'll be like, bro, this is beautiful. I love this. Yeah. It is absolutely one of the most comfortable 3D platformers I've ever played. I will say it is pretty easy. So being easy, if being easy is something you guys don't like, you probably might not care for the game. But I don't think it's about being difficult. I think it's about just having fun, exploring the world. And you can tell that's what the game is going for. It's just a celebration of PlayStation's history. You know, you can see Jill in the background. You can see Crash. You can see Kratos in there. You know, you see Aloy. You know, you just see a bunch of PlayStation mascots all over the place. And it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Stressful game. If I were to say a stressful game for me, it might be RE1. RE1 is a stressful game for me because actually I can go on Steam for this one. Mainly just because I don't know, it's one of the few Resident Evil games where I still get nervous playing that game. I literally get nervous playing this game. Resident Evil. Like, I don't really consider Resident Evil scary, but if I had to choose any of the games that are scary, it would probably be this one. And this is a freaking GameCube game. At least I'm referring to the GameCube version, which is the remake. Okay, there. Now we're going to go ahead and hit him with one of these, and hit him with one of those, and hit him with one of these, and hit him with one of those right here. And then we're going to go and blah, 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 blah. There we go. Resident Evil is a stressful game for me. I can easily go into 2 and 1 and be all right. But that one, I get nervous too. Name you come back to a lot. This is one I can definitely say pretty easy. Definitely say this one pretty easy. I say the movie there. It's not a movie. Don't you lie to me. Where? Screw it, I'll use this one. Okay. Paste. Boom. Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask is one of my favorite games of all time. Not higher than Chrono Trigger or anything like that, but it is quite up there. I'm going to turn this down so I can go like this, hit him at one of these, and then select inverse. Majora's Mask is one of those games that you'd probably think would belong in the stressful game category, especially because it has a time management system and you get a game over for taking too long. So obviously that sounds kind of stressful, but honestly it's not really that bad, especially since the game has a bunch of accessibility with, you know, being okay with it. You can rewind time to make sure you don't run out. You can slow down the flow of time. You know, I feel like I can always just go in and jump into this game, do a side quest and pop back out. You know, I just love that. I love that. Guilty pleasure. Excuse me. I don't really know if I have a game that I'd be ashamed to say I like a lot. I own Mega Man 11 on here too. Dang, I own that game everywhere. I own it on PC. PS4 and Switch. Dang, bro. I own that game everywhere. Guilty pleasure. I guess I could say Persona 4 Golden. I love going into that game and playing it again. I feel bad for playing this game again when I know I got other games to go back to, I guess. That's the only game that I feel that with, because it's like, dang, bro, I really need to, go and play other games, but I keep going back to Persona 4 Golden, bro. Like Persona 4 is not a it's not a short game, so it's like, I guess I feel like, crap, I probably shouldn't be playing this, but I'm gonna be playing it anyway, because I've been in calls where I tell my friends, you know what, screw it, I'm playing Persona 4 Gold again. I'd be like, bro, no, play other games, bro. And I'm just like, bro, I can't help it, bro. This game does something to me. I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel some type of way, I don't have games that make you feel some type of way. That's what this game does to me. There. Boom. Golden. I always go back to the Mass Effect games. I've never played Mass Effect, so I plan on playing them through the re-releases. I've actually sampled one and gotten to a couple hours of it. I liked what I played, but I definitely want to play through it for real. Tons of hours played. This one is not going to be a JRPG like practically everything on the list. This one's on Steam also. This I have by far the most amount of hours of anything else I've played on Steam. So this is gonna have to go to it. Where is it? Here. I've got hundreds of hours into this game. Hundreds and hundreds of hours. And that is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I have a ton of hours in this game. Ton of hours in this game. So, I haven't really played it much in the last year or so, if I'm honest. But, again, I've still spent hundreds of hours of my life in this game. In a multiplayer game with no story, that's saying something. That's definitely saying something. So I think I'm going to go label ones that don't have a label on it. I did not do anything to this last row. This is going to be relaxing. This is going to be stressful. This is always come back to. Guilty pleasure. Tons of hours. I've officially finished it. I've officially finished it. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. Okay, so this is gonna go over best soundtrack. Boom. Now people know what that is. But because it's also for soundtrack, because it's also for Pro Tag, I'm gonna put it here too. Chrono Trigger is also here. It's for second favorite. We're gonna put this here and then put that above the villain. Oh. Whoa. Oh, I have it copied. Boom. Dude, stop that. What are you doing? There. Kind of want to add something to it. Makes it a little easier to see. Outer glow. Chrono Trigger. Xenoblade Chronicles again. Xenoblade Chronicles dominated. It dominated this, dude. It dominated this. This is gonna go over best story. That's going over best story. These all have the names. There's one that doesn't have it though. And that is Persona 3. Um, I downloaded it recently. The logo. Where is Zelda, Mario World, Zelda, Mega Man, Chrono Trigger, Resident 7, Zelda 6, Silent Hill, Jordan, Silent Hill, Arts, Persona 4. Where is Persona 3? I downloaded Persona. Oh, it's right here. Of course. Where's favorite ending? Go over here. Okay, I'm gonna put it like right here. Whoa, no. Okay, going to make sure that it has some kind of glow in it, so he will know what game that is. Xenoblade Chronicles is out here destroying everything. So we're going to go ahead and put that over favorite boss fight. Dang, bro, that honestly deserves to be my favorite game, with as much as it kind of steals the show here. Realizing something about myself. But that should do it. There we go. I feel like I've talked so much this stream. I feel like I've been talking non-stop. Probably because we haven't been playing a game. So I guess we're gonna go over everything one more time. What's up, Mocha? Let's go over the list one more time. We've got our favorite game of all time. Like I said, I have a tie between my favorite video games. That's not changing. Persona 4 Golden, Chrono Trigger, Xenoblade Chronicles. I don't need to explain why. I have explained that time and time again. You can probably make an entire stream out of collectively every time I've talked about it. You know, a whole full-length 3-hour stream of it. Especially since I bring it up in videos too. But those are my favorite games of all time. Favorite series, Legend of Zelda, no contest. There's something about the Zelda series that I love so much in comparison to everything else. I think Kingdom Hearts and Persona are easily what's next. Then I would probably say Xenoblade and Yakuza. I'd probably say Yakuza first because there's more games and I technically have more experience with Yakuza than I have Xenoblade, because I've only beaten 2 of the Xenoblade games. I haven't beaten X. I have beaten Torna, but that's a whole other game. But even then, I've still beaten 0, Kiwami, Kiwami 2, Yakuza 3, and Yakuza 4. All there now. So I've beaten 5 Yakuza games, when at most 3 Xenoblades. So I'd probably say, I think the amount I like Xenoblade Chronicles outclasses any Yakuza game. But as a series, I think I'd have to give Yakuza it, I think. Best soundtrack is Xenoblade Chronicles. That's no contest. Those of you guys that don't know, Monolith Soft, the people who make Xenoblade, they're basically Square Enix employees. That's basically what Monolith Soft is. Most of them have worked for Square Enix. So I feel like there was a reasoning for that. I was like, I couldn't put my finger on why Xenoblade Chronicles was so great, but I knew they got the excellent minds from people of Square Enix. That's why they're so good, you know? And now they're out doing their own thing, you know, with their own business and making big games, you know? They made Xenoblade Chronicles, you know? They also made Breath of the Wild's world. They developed the world of Breath of the Wild. Nintendo themselves didn't do that. Monolith Soft did. Respect to these people. They did absolutely fantastic. And Yoko Shimomura, she also helped with the soundtrack of Xenoblade Chronicles. She wasn't the only one, but she was a factor in its music as well. So Xenoblade Chronicles says that it's the only one I feel that doesn't have a bad song. I don't think any of the other games really on this list have bad songs either, but every song in Xenoblade is a banger. Even if it's just a regular colony theme, it doesn't even have to be a battle theme. It's a banger. You know, they do work. Xenoblade Chronicles, again, favorite protagonist. I explained this earlier. Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles is the best protagonist in video games to me. His struggle of, you know, being a boy who is way in over his head, but still tries to calmly and collectively, you know, do what needs to be done, not just for the sake of himself, but the people he cares about. You know, even if he inner struggles with, a lot of the decisions he makes, and he's not always confident in the decision he makes, he still, when push comes to shove, does what needs to be done, even if he's scared, especially when you're somebody who can see the future. Do you always trust the vision you see? Is, you attempting to change the future going to be what causes it? The decisions he has to make, alongside the people who care about him is extraordinary. There's nothing else really like Xenoblade Chronicles. And I love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I really like the gameplay of X, but none of them compare to Xenoblade Chronicles 1 to me. And none of the characters compare to Shoal. No one. Favorite villain? This one was debatable. I like a lot of villains in a lot of games. I'm a really big villains guy. I think Magus is one that I just really, really liked because the climax of actually getting to him, you have to, it's kind of like you're fighting a vampire, you see Frog really accept himself for who he is and the hero he's meant to be, and he slashes through that mountain to get to open up a path to, Magus's keep, a whole castle filled with demons and stuff like that, and monsters that are trying to, get you down. You have to fight your way all the way up to the ending, taking down all his minions, and his generals, and fighting your way up to him where he's about to summon a creature that will inevitably destroy the world. It's beautiful. It's great. And most people know, most of you that have played Chrono Trigger, if you even look it up, most people that have played Chrono Trigger love the Magus fight. I promise you it's great. Best story, Xenoblade Chronicles. It has the strongest narrative in video games. I truly feel that. I think Persona 4 Golden came very, very close, but I think what hurts Persona 4 Golden for me is, I think the length. There are a lot of moments in Persona 4, just like in any Persona game, in any long game, the game can't go 100 miles per hour at every part, every part of the game. It's a 100+ hour game. If they don't put breaks in it, then it'll feel like there's too much going on. The pacing will feel off. Xenoblade is a much shorter game. Granted, it's still 40, 50 hours, but I felt like the pacing was so kinetic, to where it didn't matter. And I was always invested every time the characters were talking because everybody is just likable. While I don't feel everybody from Persona 4 is likable, even when I'm talking about the villains, I even felt like the villains were likable in Xenoblade, even if it's likable for the wrong for the, I guess, different reasons. I liked how evil some of them were and how messed up they were. They are similarly like that in Persona 4, but some of them are just high school annoying people. So it's like, Trails in the Sky. I haven't played this game, but I think Estelle is really cute. And that was about it. Even though it says I have not played, that's technically a lie. I played like an hour or two of it, like 3 or 4 years ago. And I really liked it, and I want to play it. You love, but everyone hates. Dream Drop Distance. Before Kingdom Hearts 3, this was my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. I mainly love it because of the worlds. The worlds are some of the most fun worlds to explore in the entire series. I genuinely think that there's not a bad world in Dream Drop Distance. There's no world that I feel like going to. And if I were to say that about any of the worlds, it would be about Traverse Town at the very beginning. But because you're not there long, I don't really mind it. And also there's worldings with you characters in it, so that's a plus. But I love that game. It's very fun to play. The final bosses are really fun. The music is amazing. I love the game. I love it. A game I don't hate but dislike is Sonic Adventure 2, mainly because if you start picking apart the story in that game, the whole thing falls apart. And that's one thing. Maybe it's because I'm so biased towards stories. I shouldn't really expect a good story from any platformer, really, from most platformers, but maybe it's because I would feel that way about Mario too if Mario actually attempted a story. Sonic attempts story and tries to do what Mario doesn't do, but I don't feel like it does it well very often. I think ones like Colors and Unleashed and stuff were good. I think Secret Rings also had potential, but if you start asking too many questions in that game, it's not going to be good either. Black Knight, on the other hand, is a very good story. I really like that one. Sonic Adventure 2, I don't like Tails' gameplay at all. I don't like playing as him. I don't like the treasure hunting as Knuckles. I don't care about it. That's about it. I don't like Shadow. I'm getting dislikes. I know it. I don't like Shadow. I don't. I think he's cool, but I don't like his character. Like if he were a silent rival or silent villain, beautiful. That'd be absolutely what I need. Absolutely, I need that. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, best art style. I think just because the cutscenes and gameplay are completely seamless, and that game seems like, dude, it's hard to not drool over the art when looking at that game. You think you're watching a cutscene, but no, you're actually playing now, and it's just like absolutely incredible. Not much I need to say about art, except that it's really, really good. Play the game. Persona 3 FES. I went into a bunch of this, so I'm not going to get into it again. Persona 3 has some of the biggest themes of death and acceptance that I've ever seen in any other form of media, and I feel it's a message that many people in life need to understand and experience at some point during their time. So I highly recommend seeing that. I will never spoil the ending of Persona 3, but y'all should experience it if you haven't already. Favorite boss fight, Xenoblade Chronicles. A lot of it is just because of the build up to this fight, and I guess it's the culmination of everything you've had to go through to get here. Deciding how you're going to live your life and not letting how you end or how you live your life be dictated by anybody else. And the music, absolutely incredible. Final boss of Xenoblade Chronicles is absolutely fantastic. Again, don't want to say too much, so I don't want to spoil it. That can make a whole video in itself, and trust me, there's going to be a behind the hero episode for Shulk. There absolutely will. Favorite childhood game. This one that could have went to a bunch of things. It could have went to Super Mario World. It could have went to Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. It could have went to other Battle Network games. Definitely could have went with it. But I went with Battle Network. This isn't necessarily Battle Network 3. I'm just going to say Battle Network in general. I mainly did it because the art was good. And I literally just toss up a coin and pick Mega Man. What do you think about The World Ends With You? I think it's a fantastic game. We did an entire stream playthrough of The World Ends With You on YouTube already. So we played through the entire game, and it was a very, very fun experience. It wasn't blind. I have played through the game fully before. I don't think that really matters though, because it was still fun. I really enjoyed it. Those of you guys that do want to check it out, if you want to see at least my experience, my reaction to certain things, especially like the secret reports, I did make reading the secret reports its own episode. I did edit that, and I made that a video I actually uploaded. But there are some really good moments during that stream series. I put it in the chat if you guys want to see that. Relaxing game, Astro's Playroom. It's a game I just played, and I technically haven't even beaten because I haven't beaten the final boss, but it's one of the most relaxing and comfortable games I've ever played. It utilizes the DualSense 5, so freaking much. It's pretty easy, but it's just a comfortable, cozy ride. Absolutely relaxing. Love it a whole bunch. I have played Jak and Daxter 1. I haven't played Jak 2 or 3, though Prodigy XCD is making me play 2 and 3 soon. I have played Ratchet and Clank. I played through practically all of those games, and I really love them. Though I didn't really like the PS3 ones as much. I still have, Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal over there on my shelf. Stressful game, I'd say Resident Evil 1, primarily just because with the newer graphics of the remake, I think it overall is a much creepier game, especially with the static camera angles. I mean, just because it's a stressful game, especially because of how the zombies can come back and stuff like that. I can't even remember what they're called when they come back in that game. But yeah, they're freaking horrifying. It's definitely a game I could still go in there and have fun with, but it's still stressful because of that reasoning. It's Resident Evil, you got a plan. Game I always come back to, Majora's Mask. It's a game I always boot up, practically multiple times a week. I boot it up all the time just so I can play it, whether it's just doing a side quest or something, or anything, just hearing the music, something, absorbing the world. I love that game so much. It's a game I always come back to. I can't even do that with a bunch of other games. I could have put Chrono Trigger here, but I already got Chrono Trigger in 2 spots, so I was like, you know what? I probably boot up Majora's Mask more than I boot up Chrono Trigger anyway, especially since I've been playing Majora's Mask for years longer, so I've definitely played this game more than Chrono Trigger. Persona 4 Golden, this is also a guilty pleasure game. for me. But I also could have put a game like New Super Mario Bros. 2, even though I talk about not really caring about the New Super Mario Bros. Games. It's still a game I don't like to admit that I enjoy, but I still really enjoy. But Persona 4 Golden is one of those games where I played it numerous times, but at the same time, it's like I know I should be playing other games right now, but I want to play Persona 4 again anyway. So it kind of sucks in that sense, but I do it anyway. Tons of hours played. That goes for Rainbow Six Siege. I probably collectively have more hours in Majora's Mask and probably the original RE3. But I still think, and probably A Link Between Worlds, but I still put Rainbow Six Siege because we need something else on here, and I have a bunch of hours. And it was the only one I could fully verify how many hours I have. In total, I have 589 hours. I have 589.7 hours. For those of you guys that don't believe me, I can always just go like this, where you guys can fact check me. It's right there, 589 hours. That's how many hours I've played this game. I haven't played it since last year, December 5th. But again, that's nearly 600 hours in this one game. Yeah, I've played a lot of this game. Did you ever play K's 358 Days Over 2? 358 Days Over 2, the actual game, or only the cutscenes? I played the game itself. I played it back in 2009 when it came out. Well, that's a lie, because I technically played it in 2011 after I played it. Okay. In 2010, I played Birth by Sleep for my birthday, but I technically played Days like around December because my little brother got it for Christmas, and I played it then, and I beat it before Recoded came out on January 11th, 2011 in the States. So that's what I mean. I played it, but I played it all the way through then, though. So I have fully played through Days. You're good. But I think I might end the stream here. I explained my list pretty well. I'm going to post it on Twitter and everything like that, and in the Discord server for those who weren't in the stream and didn't know. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. But that's going to be it. I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to plug my new video that I uploaded. Again, I'm not worried about views for this. It was a kind of a passion project video. This is something I really wanted to do, and I had a lot of fun making this video. This is my new video on Persona 3. I highly recommend you guys check that out. Even if you've never played Persona 3, it's still a really fun video to watch. It doesn't spoil any of the story either. So I would really appreciate you guys checking it out. I would very, very much appreciate it. Leave a like on it, all that good stuff. If you enjoyed the stream, leave a like on this and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you can become a warrior of courage and we can hit 10,000 subscribers. We're about 41 subscribers away. We're definitely going to hit it soon within the next upcoming week. So we're certainly going to hit that. So much love to each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys have a good night. We don't know when Dark Road's coming out. I'm not really sure, but when the update does come out, I will be sure to react to the newest chapter. That way you guys can see my reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce, and remember, my warriors of courage, stay strong, stay beautiful, and always look skyward. Have a good night, everybody. Good night. Sorry, I had you guys listening to the same song for a while. I had you guys listening to Master of Tartarus for a long time, dude. I had you guys listening to that for a long time. Switching the song so we can go to the outro.